Ating candidate number 2. Lamig din.
Lamig? Parang nasa ano ka?
Totoo. Okay lang yan. Kaya-kaya mo.
This and that.
Sige. Bigyan kita ng pagkakataong basahin mo na yan. Okay, how are you, candidate number 2?
I'm okay po.
Okay, so this is your question. Nabasa mo naman din. So uulitin ko lamang. You only have 1 minute para sagutin ang itong katanungan. Okay, how will you use the 4 mathematical operations in your life? Once again, how will you use the 4 mathematical operations in your life? Your timer starts now.
Well, we have plus because all of us need to have someone in life, and that is for us to have a better partner and for us to have a better understanding of what we can do for others. Minus, we have to take all the negativity about ourselves and of course division. We should not divide each other, but rather we should multiply. Thank you so much. Once again, palakpakan po natin candidate number 2. Di ba natawagin na natin si candidate
Number 4. Candidate number 4, pick your question. Robin, ang laki mo na. Okay. Hindi ko mabasa, ikaw muna. Okay. Okay, this is your question at nabasa mo naman to. In your own understanding, how do you define the word suffrage, meaning the right to vote in the political elections? Once again, in your own understanding, how do you define the word suffrage, meaning the right to vote in the political elections? Your timer starts now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The right to suffrage has been granted by us in the Constitution of our Republic of the Philippines. The right to suffrage, if I'm going to describe it, it is a right to vote. But for me, it is freedom. The freedom to choose whoever we want to lead in our country. The right to suffrage is granted because all of us has choice. We need to vote and exercise that right in order to choose that leader. But after all, it's not the leader that makes this country progressive. It is us, the citizens. So let us work hand in hand together with our president, together with our leaders in order to make this country a better place to live in. Thank you and mayong gabi.
Thank you so much, candidate number 4. And syempre tawagin na natin ang Ms. Rica, our candidate number 5.
Tatalino ng mga candidate.
Kung sumali ka man,
Pag sumali ako,
pasabog
siyempre
din.
talo ako, di ba? Okay. Diretsahan. Pick your question, candidate number 5. Ready?
Yes.
In your own perspective, what is the most hardest question and why? Once again, in your own perspective, what is the most hardest question and why?
Naniniwala po ako na ang pinakamahirap na katanungan na maaaring matanong sa akin kung handa na ba akong mawala ang aking mga magulang. Kung sasabihin ko po sa inyo lahat, last year namatay po ang aking ama. Ngunit hindi pa po ako ready mawala ang aking ina. Kaya lagi natin pakatatandaan na kung andyan pa ang ating mga magulang, mahalin, respetuhin at alagaan natin sila dahil kung wala sila, walang-wala rin tayo. Mga kaibigan, maraming salamat po.
Very well said, candidate number 5.
At syempre tawagin na natin ang Ms. Rica, our candidate number 6. Parang lasing ka na, Miss Rika.
Hindi pa ako umiinom.
Hindi pa umiinom. Ay,
Shh, shh, Brownie. Stop it. No.
Ay, masaya lang daw sila, Miss Rica.
Sorry po, sorry. Sorry. Anong basa dito? Okay. Candidate number 10, and number 6. That's your question. Would you rather go left where nothing is right, or would you rather go right where no one is left, and why? Once again, would you rather go left where nothing is right, or would you rather go right where no one is left, and why? Your timer starts now.
I'd rather go left where nothing is right than rather go right where nothing is left. But we should always be remembered, this, ladies and gentlemen, in this world, no one is an island. Therefore, wala pong may iwan sa ating lahat. Dahil tayo po mismo bilang isang tao ang gagawa ng ating itatama upang tayo maging mabuti sa ating mga kapwa. But we should always be remembered, this, ladies and gentlemen, yes, I am standing in front of you as not just a voice, but rather an amplifier to each voices who wants to be alright. Thank you.
There you have it. Thank you very much, candidate
Number
number
6.
6. At syempre, tawagin natin si candidate number
Would you rather go
number 7.
Pag ako yung parang pandog yung sagot ko. I rather Gano'n.
Hanggang matapos, di ba?
Hanggang matapos.
At ang huli,
Okay, candidate number 7. This is your question. What do you prefer? To live or to survive? Once again, what do you prefer? To live or survive? Your timer starts now.
Thank you so much for that very wonderful and sentimental question. Well, if I am going to choose between to live or to survive, I will choose to survive because I would love to be advocate to everyone who is suffering with their mental health. And mental health is one of the biggest problem of this generation. And as a person who's standing here in front of you, I would love to be an advocate so that we should fight what is in our heart and what is on our mind, because once I am strong, then definitely the people looking up to me will also be strong. Let us survive and let us fight. Thank you so much.
thank you so much, candidate number 7. Ready na po si candidate
Number
number
8. Pick your question, candidate number 8.
Okay ka talaga, Rica. Ayun, basahin mo muna, Miss Candidate number 8.
Okay. Okay. Candidate number 8, your question is, in your perspective, what is the most easier? To be a leader or to be a follower? And why? Once again, in your perspective, what is most easier? To be a leader or to be a follower? And why?
Well, I do believe that is the more easier is to be follower. Why? Because you know what, we don't have a choice in order for us is to just to follow what is the rules of this country. Aside from being a leader, because there is a person who will dislike you and like you, and what you should do is just to help your country to have a prosperous life of each and every one of you. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a leader, it's really hard for them to lead this country because there's a lot of bashers, there's a lot of people who will create fake news. If you are a follower, you don't have the choice just to follow what is the rules of your country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, candidate number 8.
Kaya tawagin na natin na followed by candidate number 10.
Pahirap talaga yung mga question. Candidate number 10, you may now pick your question. Sorry, walang basa-basa. Ay, ang haba. Okay. Okay.
Tari yung madumot-mot.
Okay, candidate number 10. If you're giving a chance to have a second life and a choice on who is the most notable and popular personality in the Philippines, who would be and why? Once again, if you are giving a chance to have a second life and a choice on who is the most notable and popular personality in the Philippines, who will be and why?
So I'm going to choose, not I'm going to personify. So I just want to clarify. Given the chance to have a second life, who is the most notable person for me? Well, I not go around the bush. Of course, it's definitely Geraldine Ruman, the congresswoman. She was the one who fought for Soji Bill, and that's the reason behind why we are all here tonight. No, within the word meaning, note, and remarkable is something that you have done not for your legacy, not only for your personal interest, but for the benefit of everyone, for the welfare of them. Geraldine Ruman is the first ever LGBTQIA+ House of Representative Congresswoman, and I'd like to be like her in my second life, simply because that it is not because of you were living there, but it is a matter of sharing what you have, not in between your legs, but what's in between your heart. Thank you.
There you have it, candidate number 10.
Ito na, candidate number 12. Does I pick your question? Ganda ng ilong niya, no?
Oo, dati ganyan yung ilong ko eh.
Mama Mary, no? Kasi kami, ano yung Mamu Mary?
Oo.
Mumu Mary.
Mumulan. Ayun na, Miss Rika.
Okay, candidate number 12, this is your question. What is the easier answer to the hardest question and why? Once again, what is the easier answer to the hardest question and why?
Thank you. In my opinion, the easiest answer to the hardest question is, do God really love LGBT? Then the answer will definitely yes. Because why? Then why we are here right now? If God doesn't allow us to live us, then why we still breathing? Why we still multiply and so many LGBT right now? Giving an inspiration and happiness to every one of you. So I think that's the easiest answer to the hardest question. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you very much, candidate
Number
number 12.
Okay, your question is, what would heterosexual can learn from LGBT community? Once again, what would heterosexual can learn from LGBT community? Your timer starts now.
One lesson that the heterosexual community can learn from the LGBT is that we are brave, we are courageous. Every time we step out of the door, discrimination has always been there. Our gender identity is a big question to the society. And we became and we choose to be brave because we do not have any choice. That choice is for us to live freely, for us to express our emotions and gender identity. Heterosexual community is very lucky that they do not need to come out of their shell. But us in the LGBT community, we are confined. We are so discriminated by our gender alone. How much more with our ability to do our job, to express our liberty to love. And with that, bravery is something that they can learn from us. Because ever since I became a transgender woman, I choose to be courageous, to chase after my dreams. Thank you so much. And good evening.
Very well said, candidate number 4. That's your question, candidate number 7. How can you balance the responsibilities that comes with the title with other personal obligations? Once again, how can you balance the responsibilities that come with the title with other personal obligation? Your timer starts now.
Thank you so much for that very wonderful question. Well, am joining trans pageantry not just to show my physical appearance to other people, or not just to show up that I am beautiful physically, but I am joining trans pageantry because I have advocacies to tell to the people. And one of that is to end the violations against women and children. It is one of my responsibility and obligation to fight for the right of women and children, because I've experienced it from the past when my mom has experienced a lot of trauma and causes from my dad. And so that growing up, I'd like to fight for this right as my responsibility, not just in my personal life, but also to show to the people using this stage, because, you know, having a crown is not just a crown, but having a crown is also as a responsibility. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, candidate number 7. Okay, candidate number 8. This is your question. How can you describe the colors of the rainbow into a blind child? Once again, how can you describe the colors of the rainbow into a blind child?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the mere fact that rainbow signifies the LGBT community, simply I will take the blind child in this kind of show, listening, entertaining, and having fun, and as well as having educated. Why? Because those blind person can easily adapt by even blind by hearing something. They can easily adapt how they understand rainbow, because rainbow signifies the LGBT community, because LGBT community gives happiness in this world, whether you like it or not. Like this tonight, you are listening, you're watching, and you're having fun and being educated because of us, member of LGBT. Thank you.
Once again, palakpakan natin candidate number 8.
Okay, candidate number 10. This is your question. Are you ready not to win the crown? Once again, are you ready not to win the crown?
For the information of the general public, I am already 47 years old. I started joining pageant when I was 13 years old. If I'm not ready to win pageant, I have not to brag, and with all humility, I have thousands of crowns of won already. If I'm not ready to win, why not? Because not all things should be given to you at all time. No, that selfless love is very important, because being a beauty queen, I won't be able to understand what winning is all about if you do not know the meaning of losing and not winning for that part. So definitely I have to say, this pageant, whoever it is, it's like a ball game, you win or you lose. Once and for all, the legacy that I have led to everyone, that sharing, giving, and camaraderie and sportsmanship is the most vital thing why pageant is made. Thank you.
Thank you so much, candidate number 10. Okay, candidate number 12, this is your final question. What is the importance of beauty pageant in today's world?
Thank you. In my opinion, the most important rule of beauty pageants right now is not just only for us to showcase how beautiful we are, but it's all about our advocacies. My advocacies for all young generation right now is to be brave. Do not be afraid to try as a beginner. To tell you honestly, I am a beginner to compete with this kind of prestigious pageant. And as you can see, there's a lot of legendary contestants, but I'm not afraid to compete with them. And I think this is the one thing that I would love to leave a lessons for the young generations. Do not hesitate, do not afraid to try to join this kind of pageant. That is the simplest answer that comes from my heart. Thank you and good evening.
Very well said, candidate number 12.